If you like this podcast, then consider checking out the other great podcasts at metalsharkstudio.blogspot.com. Also consider clicking the donate button while you're there. It would be really cool if you did.
Congratulations, Player 1. You have achieved max level.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Max Level. Oh, thank you. It's me, Blake. It's good to have everybody back with me. I know it's been 2 weeks again, and I said it wouldn't be 2 weeks again, but hey, you know, things happen, so here I am. But taking a 2-week break was probably a good idea because I actually played some stuff, and surprisingly, I went out and bought a new game, a brand new game for the 3DS. I went out and got the game Tomodachi Life. Now, I wanted to try it because I've had a lot of fun with Animal Crossing on the 3DS, and Animal Crossing is one of those games that it never seems to end, so therefore the money you spend on it is just kind of, it goes on and on. It was worth, the $40 or whatever it is, but I think $40 for a new 3DS game. But Tomodachi Life, I wanted to try it out to see how it compared to Animal Crossing, which it's similar, kinda, but not really. You kind of start in your town on Tomodachi Life with an apartment building. And it takes the Miis that you make on your 3DS and you move them into your town. So I started with myself, of course, and then I made my wife and started going through making other people in my family, moving everybody into the town. But it's kind of like Sims, where you can pick out people's attributes of how you want them to act, what kind of personality they have, and how they mesh with other people. And it's okay. It's a lot of fun. The more people you add to your town, the more stuff in the town unlocks. Like there's a fountain you can go visit, and an amusement park. Store unlocks where you can buy stuff for your house or your apartments, actually. Different designs for the apartments, different clothes, hats, hat shops, stuff like that. The few drawbacks to it I don't like, or the only way to get people into your town is you have to sit there and custom make everybody with the Mii Maker to put them into your town, or you can look online and scan QR codes through the Tomodachi website, and some people have made like celebrity Miis, and you can scan the code with your 3DS and put them into your town. So I've got Batman and the Joker living in the apartment building with everybody in my family. Now, on the game you can get married. So my wife and I got married, and when you get married, you move out of the apartment and into an actual house in the game. And when you have kids, you get the option, from what I've gathered, we haven't had kids in the game yet, but what I've gathered is you can take and move the kids out after a while. And when you move the kids out, they'll travel, I guess, via Street Pass and visit other towns, other Tomodachi towns, and I don't know, I'll hang around with it, play some more of it, because I'm going to see what happens there, what's up with that. But it's fun, and it's a game like Animal Crossing that there is no immediate ending to the game, so it's one you can keep playing for a while, and that's kind of what I look for on the 3DS, is a game that I'm going to get a lot of playtime out of. So Tomodachi Life, check that out. I recommend it. Let's see. I also got back into, I haven't played Hawken in a while, so I wanted to jump back into that. They've had a couple patches, and I wanted to see what's changed there. So, this last weekend, I got yelled at by my wife, but I actually spent some money on the game. I know I talked about it on other episodes that I'd been considering spending money on it, but I finally broke down and bought something. So I bought a robot, one of the mechs in the game, and I got the Assault G2 mech that's got 2 machine gun hands instead of 1, so he's pretty cool. I got him, and it was surprisingly, I didn't know they were that much. It was actually like $9 and something for that robot. But my wife yelled at me, and she was like, well, that's a free game. Why are you spending money on it? But in their defense, it's a free game that I like enough that I would have paid real money for, so giving them $10 for one mech really isn't that bad of a deal. So they can, $10. What's $10? So I spent $10 on that, and still kind of got back into that a little bit, because the matches are maybe 5-10 minutes tops. Not even 10 minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes for team deathmatch match. So just here and there, playing some more of that. And I picked up, I don't know if you saw it this week or last week, it's still going on, but the Humble Bundle sale is the 2K Humble Bundle. It's got, BioShock, BioShock 2, BioShock Infinite, Mafia 2, I'm just trying to remember all these off the top of my head, Spec Ops The Line, some other stuff, XCOM, Enemy Unknown, XCOM something, The Bureau, and I'm sure there's some more in there that I'm missing. But I picked up that Humble Bundle because I had a BioShock on the 360, and I've been wanting to play it again on the PC. I've never played Infinite, and I've never played BioShock 2, so I'm looking forward to playing through all of those now. But they said, and this is the first time I've ever noticed this, that if you paid more than the average amount this time, that they were going to add more games to the bundle. They're adding more games Tuesday, so if you're listening, I guess, I don't know what day I put this out. It's before Tuesday, I guarantee you that. But if you check it out before Tuesday, they're going to add more games to it, and if you paid more than the average price, which was, I think, $7, I went ahead and bought everything they had, which was right at $20. But when they add these new games to it, you'll get those games for free. So I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. I'm kind of looking forward to it. They said it's going to be something good. So I'm kind of excited. I haven't bought a Humble Bundle in a while, and this is one of the ones I was waiting on, especially to get to check out all the BioShock games on the PC. Well, all right. There's my gaming recap for the week. I think that's for 2 weeks. I bought the Humble Bundle and looked at all the games and thought, well, let me play some other stuff. Now that I've got these, that's the bane of Steam, I guess, is once you get all that stuff in your library, you just really don't know what you want to play. Before we move any farther in the show, let's take a moment and bow our heads for the prayer for a great gaming session. Amen. Thank you, DJ Kaz, for that. KazCornell.com to hear more from DJ Kaz. All right, let's see what we got on the docket today. We've got a new feature on the show. We got Ben here with the news, and my buddy Colin put together the video game new releases for this coming week, because I like to delegate out all the segments of this show as much as possible, because God forbid that I have to look up something myself. All right. Yeah, I know. All right. Thank you. Okay, sorry. Yeah, but I like to let everybody else throw in their 2 cents and make it the max level variety gaming hour. So we're going to take a break here, and when we do, we're going to let Ben hop in with the gaming news of the week. So ladies and gentlemen, Ben Monroe with your gaming news.
Hello there guys, and thanks for joining me once again for some news of the week. The summer drought is now upon us, and although those fantastic deals that came down the pipe during the excellent Steam and GOG summer sales may have quenched our gaming thirst for just a little while, it certainly seems like it's going to be a long hot summer wait before those AAA titles such as the Shadows of Mordor, Assassin's Creed Unity and Alien Isolation will be gracing our gamepads. So I guess in the meantime we'll just have to twiddle our thumbs, eat into our back catalogues, and of course keep checking those gaming headlines for updates on our most anticipated video game releases. So, speaking of video game headlines, why don't we dive in, eh? This week in video games has certainly seen its fair share of controversy. Probably due to the fact that because we've got nothing to keep us distracted, the video game community is getting just a tad prickly, It certainly does make for some interesting reading though. The most controversial of news pieces that I'd like to highlight though probably has to be the decision by Korean esports organization IESF to only allow male entries for the Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft World Championship qualifiers that will take place in Finland. The decision was made by the IESF in an attempt to make and legitimize esports as a serious sport. In an industry that is constantly plagued with inequality and misrepresentation of women, the decision by the IESF to divide its competition by gender certainly seems to be taking an unnecessary step backwards, working only to sully the name of video games rather than promote it as a serious sport in the mainstream media. Now, obviously, when the news of this decision broke, the internet reacted rather heatedly, and the IESF had this statement to respond to the obviously blatant objection. The statement said, "The decision to divide male and female competitions was made in accordance with international sports authorities as a part of our effort to promote esports as a legitimate sport." Obviously, we can't take female gamers as a serious esports players then. Now, as mentioned in another statement from the IESF, including female gamers with male participants in the competition could possibly lead to conflicts, such as, now imagine me making some air quotes here guys, such as a female player knocking out a male player during the competition. Imagine that, eh? Now, the decision from the Korean IESF organization and the reaction from the internet community led the Finnish Esports Federation to lobby against the decision and have the tournament opened up to both male and female players. Which, thankfully, since the news breaking about the IESF's decision, they have now rolled back on this decision, opening up the tournament to both male and female players alike. So personally, I am glad to hear that players will now be judged upon their skill and not their gender. It's just a shame that in a situation such as this is still surfacing within the world of video games. Understandably, physical sports are segmented by the gender in accordance to fair play due to physical capabilities. Yet in esports, where physical skill is no longer a component, it all comes down to mental capability and skill. Surely we can start to break down these gender barriers. Well, moving on to yet more video game controversy, because Fox News has ripped off the BioShock Infinite logo. During an interview with Texas Governor Rick Perry discussing the issue of immigration, the Fox News Corporation broadcast a graphic, or used a graphic during the interview, that certainly bears more than some passing likenesses to the BioShock Infinite logo. Now, those of you who've played Bioshock Infinite will remember that the game tackled many issues surrounding racism and immigration. In fact, the central enemies in the game were a bunch of racist zealots who refused to let anybody into their floating city. So it's certainly ironic to see the game's logo used during the discussion tackling immigration issues. This irony certainly didn't escape Bioshock creator Ken Levine, who took to Twitter saying, "Glad to help, Fox. Glad to help." Well, when fellow tweeters asked Levine if Fox's use of the logo was copyright, Ken Levine simply responded, "It wasn't copyright, it was irony." Hopefully in the future, Fox will use a more thorough vetting process before broadcasting its content. Yeah, like that'll ever happen, eh? Alright then guys, so to round out the week, there's yet another healthy dose of video game corporate controversy to stoke those fires, because Lindsay Lohan, yep, that famous actor from films such as Herbie Fully Loaded and Scary Movie, has filed a lawsuit against GTA 5 creators Rockstar for using her likeness in the game. The complaint states that the developers being Rockstar here, incorporated Miss Lohan's image in likeness, clothing, outfits, line products such as her hairstyle, sunglasses, and hat when creating the in-game character Lacey Jonas. And when you compare recent photographs of the actress who has fallen upon somewhat hard times with the in-game character, it's hard to deny that there is at least some resemblance between the two characters. Character and actress. Now, the character in-game, Lacey Jones, appears during an in-game mission where you have to help her escape and evade the paparazzi. Something which I'm sure Miss Lohan certainly has become accustomed to, too. It's hard to ignore the irony behind the fact that an actress who formed much of her career by appearing in films such as Scary Movie, which are based solely upon parody, is now fighting against having her own image becoming subject to parody. It certainly seems, though, with no games to keep us busy, we are becoming a bit prickly, eh? And things are certainly heating up within the world of video gaming news. At least hopefully it means we won't be too bored this summer, eh? At least, waiting before those big games start hitting the shelves once more. But I think that about wraps it up for Newswise this week. Make sure to tune in next week for more gaming news and headlines, because, well, where else are you going to go for the best weekly news roundup that there is on the web? And, of course, if you haven't already done so, be sure to join me over at Twitter by following @XBenBlasterX, where I will be keeping you regularly updated about all things video games. So once again, guys, thanks for joining me, and now it's over to you.
The fun is back! Oh yes, siree! It's the 2600 from Atari. It's the video system with classics galore, from Space Invaders to cars that roar. A real hip joystick controls the screen. Solaris is hot and Midnight Magic's mean. And one more thing, it's got a special low price, under $50. $50? Now isn't that nice? The fun is back! Oh yes, siree! It's the 2600 from Atari.
Thank you, Ben. Ben Monroe, everybody. Mr. Gaming News himself. Ooh, that Lindsay Lohan, huh? Where does she get off? I don't know. I looked at all the pictures of those two, the actual GTA 5 character and Lindsay side by side, and I don't know. I don't see it. I think it's kind of a stretch for her to be claiming that that's her from GTA 5. I don't know. She's got to go. Like I said, seems like a stretch to me. So, all right, we got a couple shows ago, I did a "What Are the Kids Playing" segment. Yay! This time we're gonna do "What Are the Kids Playing," and this time I've got actual kids.
My favorite flavor of popsicle is dick.
You're a nasty little girl. God almighty. Okay. All right. Let's get into this. This is What Are the Kids Playing? featuring real kids. We'll be right back. All right, I'm here with Anna. Anna, what have you been playing?
Well, on my Xbox, I've been playing Minecraft and Sims Pets, and on my tablet, I've played Akinator, Cut the Rope, and My High School Story.
I'm glad you said Minecraft, and I'm glad I've got you in here to ask you about Minecraft, because on a previous episode, I was trying to decide what is it about Minecraft that keeps kids so interested in it.
Well, what makes me very interested in it is that you can build whatever you want to build, and it kind of helps you with math because it's algebra too.
It's algebra.
Yeah, that's what other people say. I don't get it, but that's what other people say.
Well, what about the Sims Pets? What have you been doing on that?
On Sims, you can make all these different characters. You can have personalities, and you just get to make people and make them do whatever you want to do.
Have there been any games on whatever platform, be it Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, that you've seen lately that have got your attention and it's maybe something that you want to play?
On the computer, you showed me a couple minutes ago.
League of Legends?
Yeah, that was very interesting.
What'd you like about that?
The character Annie, it looks exactly like. Well, she doesn't look like me. She just reminds me of me.
Right on. What about the on the tablet in there? What you listed through some of the games that you played on there. What kind of games on mobile games like that? What kind of games keep your attention? Are they like games that have a definite end to them, or just games that? Do you like the games where you can only play for so long and then you have to wait for time to reset to do stuff, or do you like games that you can just play as much as you want whenever you want?
I like games where you can play as much as you want, however long.
Yeah, I think everybody likes those, huh? Now, I noticed when you talked about Minecraft and The Sims 3, or The Sims 3 Pets, both of those are games that don't really have an ending to them. Those are both games that you can just keep playing as long as you want. Are there games, is that your preferred kind of game that you want to play, or they're just games that maybe you haven't found yet that you like that have a definite ending to them?
Well, see, there's also a game called The Cave that has kind of an ending to it, which I like that one too, but I haven't really finished it all. But I like that game too, but I really like The Sims and Minecraft where you can just play it whenever.
And just do as much as you want and never have a true ending to the game?
Yeah.
Well, all right. Is there anything else that you know of that besides Xbox or tablet? Any other games you've been playing? Board games?
Who plays those?
Nothing? Playing pick the grass outside? No. What else do you like to do besides play video games?
Well, I'm kind of the average girly girl. I like to do makeup, do my hair, that kind of stuff.
Gymnastics?
Yeah.
Girl stuff?
Cheerleading.
All right. Well, Anna, thank you for coming into the studio today.
Okay.
Thank you. What an adorable little rascal. Yay! All right, that was fun. Those kids, I swear. Okay, moving on with the show. It's time now for your new releases. Got my buddy Colin to pitch in here. We'll call it the new releases of the week with Colin. Everybody, here's Colin with your new releases.
Hello guys, My name's Colin. Welcome to the first episode of the upcoming releases of the latest video games. It's going to be on the major platforms. It's just going to be the ones for next week. So the upcoming releases. For this week, it's going to be for the week of between the 14th and the 20th of July 2014. There's actually not that much going on this week, so I thought I'd start off, seeing as the very first episode, and give an introduction of who the hell I am, because you've never heard of me before, but don't worry, I haven't heard of you either, so it puts us on an even keel. Probably, for instance, it's quite good. You know when you walk into your local game shop, when you go in to buy the latest Elder Scrolls game or another controller because you've worn the other one out, and you spot the guy behind the counter and realise, wow, this guy really knows bugger all about video games. He's just some dude who scans it and pops it in the bag. Well, I'm the podcast version of that guy. You definitely know a lot more about video games than I do. Like, way more. But I like talking, and, well, you can't stop me, because your iPhone is actually in your pocket, and you're sitting down, and it's going to be more awkward to be able to get in and pull it out and fast forward than it is just to sit there and listen. So, tough. And it's not going to be that long anyway, and then you can get back to the awesome Max Level podcast with Esther and Ben. So, it's just going to be a quick rundown this week, because there's basically nothing going on. For the Xbox 360, there's apparently no releases between the 14th and the 20th. Same with the PS3, and nothing for the Wii U, nothing for the 3DS. For the Vita, again, nothing. The Xbox One is a complete blank. But for the PS4, I found one that should be released on the 15th. It's called Crimson Land, coming out on the PS4, and it is classed as a shooter game. And to me, it looks very similar to the old Asteroids game. So you control a guy, you're looking at him overhead, and he spins around, does a 360, killing all his enemies who are attacking him from all sides. I can only imagine the reason why it's called Crimson Land is that as he's destroying his enemies, they're exploding, and their blood and guts are painting the entire screen around him. So it ends up being a Crimson Land. Very catchy. Other one I found was on PC, and on PC for this week, the only thing I could find was Shantae, Risky's Revenge, and this is a platformer game. It is also going to be released on the 15th, and this is apparently a sequel, and it's available on like iPhone and iPad and things like that, and now it's been released on PC. It's basically about a girl who's a half genie, who jumps around a lot, destroys her enemies. Instead of jumping on their top of their heads, she whips their hair back and forth and hits them. So you never know, they might make a movie of it starring Willow Smith, but I doubt it. You can also get her to transform into different creatures like an elephant or monkey by making her belly dance, which is I don't understand it, but you might like it. It's very similar to like the old Sonic and Mario game. But then I did find another game going to be released on the 15th on Steam, but it wasn't in the upcoming PC games news section on any of the sites. And this one was called Abyss Odyssey, and apparently it's a side-scroller game. It's also a multiplayer, but it's very, very strange. It's probably by far one of the most interesting games I've ever seen. It's based on a dream world. Apparently a warlock is having a dream, and all the characters that you can play as are in his dream, but his dream is affecting the real world. And I got lost around about there. I know you got lost about 10 minutes ago, but I got lost around about there. But it's very, very pretty. It's very avant-garde, I think they call it. Hipster, maybe. Something Audrey Hepburn would be in with her classic 1920s askew hat type deal. It's worth checking out just because of how interesting it looks. I have no idea whether it'll be any good or not. It's going to be released on the 15th on Steam, but on their own page, which I couldn't find anywhere else, on their own page they are saying that it's going to be released on the Xbox 360 and on the PlayStation 3. But I couldn't find that in any of the other news sites. So hopefully that's not wrong. But if it is, well, I really don't care if it's wrong. Because, as I said, I know nothing anyway. I hope you do try those games out. If you do like them, send some feedback back to Hessa and let him know what you think of those games and of me. Tell him how much this section makes the rest of his podcast look good, because this is so awful. Cheers, guys. Bye.
It's Colin, everybody. Thanks, buddy. There's not shit to buy this week for the consoles. Which, if I'm not mistaken, it don't seem like there's going to be much until really, well, I'm sure that, around this fall, and all the Call of Duties and crap come out, then we've got that to look forward to. But that's not a lot in the summer. I hope whatever you got's holding you over. Steam sale happened, you grabbed up something with that. Well, alright, that's pretty much gonna do it for this week. You need to get a hold of us. Hey, that's metalsharkstudio@gmail.com. If you've got something for the show, give us your feedback. What games are you playing? Let us know, or send us something on the Facebook page. There's one for Max Level, and one for Metal Shark, and one for Skyrim Addict. Hey, the whole studio's got Facebook pages, so add your comments accordingly. At the end of every show, we like to say, hey, there's a donate button on the page if you want to keep the show going and help support all these hosts from all those different shows. Then by all means, click that donate button and help us out. We're gonna have some new artwork up soon for some of the shows. That's something we're all kind of working on behind the scenes, so should be more to come from that soon. Well, alright, everybody, I think that is it. Check us out at metalsharkstudios.blogspot.com to keep up with every fine show from Metal Shark Studios. We update it constantly. And that is going to do it for me this week. This has been Blake with another fine episode of the Max Level Podcast. Alright, thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.
Game over. Continue.
Metal Shark Studio.